Welcome back, everybody, to this week's ChannelTech VideoCast. I'm your host, Charlene O'Hanlon, Senior Executive Editor at The VAR Guy. And as always, I'm here with Diane Krakora, CEO of PartnerPath. Hey, Diane, how are you?
I'm great, Charlene. Good morning.
Good. So, lots of news this week, as always, but probably the thing that stands out the most for me was Oracle's announcement on Monday that it had finally gone all in on the cloud and has released a raft of applications and services to get their customers basically end-to-end cloud using, I guess, anywhere from the software as a service to infrastructure as a service to platform as a service. And so, obviously this is a 180-degree turn for Oracle and Larry Ellison, who a couple of years ago basically poo-pooed the cloud and said it was just a fad, just a buzzword, go about your business, ignore it, nothing's going to be changing. So, obviously we've got a majorly strategic directional turn for Oracle. So what are your thoughts on it, Diane?
Yeah, well, one, I think that the words all in are fairly interesting because, those tend to be betting terms, right? Because you're all in when you put your whole pile of chips into the pot for whatever you're going to bet. So they tend to be like a betting term or a gambling term. So I think that everybody's been using it, but I think that's an interesting term to use. And when they're saying that they're going to be investing in the cloud or transitioning their entire organization to a cloud kind of model and structure. And it is very unique that Larry has, or Oracle, I don't know how much of this Larry's really agreeing with, has decided to go more towards the direction of the cloud. We'll really see how much they go all in the next couple of years.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do also with, necessity, because obviously so many other companies are so cloud-centric now. And if you look at Oracle's numbers in the last quarter, their software sales, I believe, were down about 17%, but their cloud services increased something like 24%. I could be off a couple percentage points on those numbers, but it really does show that, even a company that is so cloud negative for so long, the cloud is definitely impacting them as well. So I guess they figured at this point they had to basically get on the bandwagon if they're going to survive as a company moving forward. And I think we're seeing companies that traditionally have been hardware centric, such as Cisco, understand the value of the cloud and see it as an excellent complementary technology to their hardware services, and then other companies like Microsoft, which they're all about the cloud now. Cloud first, mobile first. At the end of the day, they have used that kind of all-in attitude with their offerings. So it's interesting to me that it took Oracle as long as it did to understand that, or maybe just to admit that the cloud is such a it's such a ubiquitous technology now, and they have to have a cloud play if they're going to be around in 5 or 10 years.
And it's really interesting how much of a cloud play they're actually going to have. I know they're talking about they're all in the cloud, but with their vast solutions, right? They can't all be cloud enabled right now, or they can be all on a subscription model currently right now. Don't know if they have been in stealth mode for the last 5 years when everybody else started to say that they were cloud or moving towards the cloud, and now they're going to uncover that and release that all of their products now have subscription, or what they used to call on-demand models, or if they're still is it an announce or a launch, I guess is my question. Do you know?
Yeah, from what I've heard and seen, these are things that are available now. Some are, well, I shouldn't say all of them though. There are certain things that are available now, and then certain things that Oracle has planned. They're going to have integrated cloud services that help their companies kind of adopt more of a cloud model. I don't know if all of those are fully baked yet, but they're definitely going down that path of having that that stack, if you will, or that set of services that you know, will help their customers adopt the cloud more quickly and more fully. And you know, it's interesting because if you look at some stats that have been kind of bandied about the last year or so, cloud adoption is happening, but it doesn't seem to be happening at as quick a pace as a lot of folks thought it would. So, yeah, I don't know if that's been because certain vendors, such as Oracle, have been a little slow to push their most, if not all, of their offerings to the cloud, or if it's really been, you know, the other issues that have been bandied about, such as, you know, security and data leakage and you know, all those other things that, you know, have kind of prevented folks from moving to the cloud. I wonder if those are still very much in play, or if it's, you know, again, if it's just the fact that there's been kind of a slow movement on the vendor side.
Well, we really see that one of the other things that tends to be a roadblock for cloud adoption is the channels, and not only just the channel adoption of pushing cloud, but also the vendors' compensation for their field sales teams. If you're not changing your comp structure for your field sales team, even if you're offering a cloud model, your teams aren't likely to start selling in a different manner or different behaviors. That they have, you know, a fairly consistent methodology for closing on-prem solutions and knowing what they're going to get paid for it. And especially when it comes down to the end of the quarter, every sales guy says, "Oh, forget cloud. Let's just get this deal done on an on-prem solution so that I can go make my accelerators and make my extra commissions."
Yeah, I can see that, and obviously that's going to have a trickle-down effect into the channel as well. So if the vendors can't even compensate their internal sales force correctly regarding the cloud, then how are they going to do it with the channel and do it in an effective way that incents the channel to want to move to a cloud model? Because, you know, as we all know, the cloud model, that subscription model, is vastly different from what a lot of bars have been used to, and there's a lot of there's a very high ramp up to doing that subscription or cloud services business model from the, you know, the basic pick, pack, ship hardware based model.
Absolutely. The devil will be in the details for that. So, we know that Oracle's announced it, and at their partner conference this week, they're announcing with their partners some incentives to be able to go sell the cloud, some like a deal registration program and some additional incentives. I haven't seen a enablement path for the partners in terms of understanding not only how to sell this cloud, but what it means to them as their own profitability. So I think the whole big package around how are they engaging and enabling partners to be successful in this will determine how quickly their cloud engagement model really takes off, because they have about 27,000 partners, and to get those guys on board really talking the talk and not just kind of selling as is, or the solution that they have been selling for the last 10 years from Oracle.
Good points, very good points, and it'll be interesting to kind of keep an eye on this over the next few months and see what kind of progress Oracle makes. And of course, we want to know what you, the audience, thinks about this. Do you think Oracle has timed it correctly, or do you think maybe Oracle is still a little too late in the game to make a difference? So please send us your comments in the box below. You can also send your comments over to the PartnerPath website, which is www.partner-path.com. And we'd love to also find out from you what topics you'd like us to discuss on the ChannelTech VideoCast. So feel free to put your comments in regarding that as well. But for now, we're going to go ahead and close it out. Again, I'm Charlene O'Hanlon. Diane Krakora, thank you very much for taking the time and speaking with me as always.
Have a great weekend, Charlene. Thank you.
You too. Bye.